Hello guys, welcome to the napping channel, and today I'm gonna talk about how to correct your mistakes, or how to basically change yourself. I've talked about ego and identity, and now this is gonna be a learning lesson on how to actually make some changes in your life. So if you are a smoker, or you like to just fuck around, or you like to just speed in your car all day, all night, and you cannot stop thinking about it, as well as, fucking or gaming or any smoking, or you cannot stop thinking about going on a party this weekend, and where you're gonna use something that makes you happy and you can wait to enjoy finally, and all those kind of things. So, do you want to change? Am I talking to you? Like, do you want to change? Do you? Hope so. It's okay if you don't want to. Okay, let's continue. So, basically, you're a human being, which means that you're a monkey. And you have fight or flight, and that is what comes from every mammal. Mammals, like you have titties, mammalian behavior. So, the third one that we have is also a freeze, that comes from a reptilian, a bit older part of the brain. Usually, most human beings are just mammals. They like to fight or flight. So every time that you think about quitting smoking, or hey, I should find myself a stable relationship, I'm pretty old now, or like I shouldn't be wasting all my time on gaming, or I feel like I do something in my life and then I need to relax afterwards. All of those kind of things are just a choice. Let's put it that way, because running away is a human constant state, because you wake up and you're loading that old save file from yesterday, and as soon as you wake up, there's so many things that you need to do. Okay, I need to have breakfast. I usually have coffee in the morning. Oh, I really hope it's gonna be sunny so I can also smoke a cigarette outside. And all of that save file loads in as soon as you open your eyes. That is ego, that is identity. Also, we know that in the morning the cortisol level, the stress hormone, like spikes more than your if you're a guy, more than your dick in the morning. So it really goes up, just because of that loading part of your ego. And it's very stressful for the body, to load up a lot of shit, basically. So you go on with your day, and then you're polite to your neighbors, because you have to be polite, because you're not an asshole. So you're gonna be polite, but you're also gonna not talk to them too much, because you don't want to talk to your neighbor, you just want to be left alone. Then you go to the store, and then you need to be polite there, but you don't even say hi or good afternoon, because I have so many things to do in the afternoon, so it's like I have no mental space for that. So overwhelming society and a lot of inputs that need our attention. I need to do this, I need to do that, I need to do this, I need to do that, causes us to just let go of our desires and internal needs, because there's so many things that need your attention. So you do a lot of things unaware, like you're unaware why you need to actually relax. And like you did 5 things in a day, and now you need to sit and relax. You're unaware of why you actually need to do that. You're also unaware of how many cigarettes you smoke, because it also depends on your emotional status, because it's a coping mechanism, and so on and so on. So decisions are made every day, and regardless of a reason. And a reason can be mundane, as like, I don't feel like it today. Like, oh, I really want to be a professional football player, but I just don't feel like practicing today. So that is our decision, and you did a conscious decision of walking away from your dreams. For example, I felt like not doing this video because there are so many things that I need to do. I have a appointment in 2 hours. I need to cook myself a lunch. I also millions of things. But yeah. So even if you do know that you're making a mistake as smoking, or laying down on a couch and spending 2-3 hours on your phone, or gaming for 2-3-6 hours, or whatever it is that it's literally draining your energy. Even if you're aware of the problem, that doesn't mean that you're gonna fix the problem consciously, and until you can consciously know that something is a problem. But if you stop making those mistakes, then a mistake is not a mistake, it's a process. And basically every addict will tell you that you need to reach your rock bottom in order to change. So yeah, it really comes from different kind of mindset, where you think to yourself, I cannot continue living like this ever at all. This is it. I'm changing my life. And most people do that because they torture themselves for too long, that they cannot run away anymore, and they need to fight. That is that fight or flight system. And some people just freeze, and then they don't take care of themselves, and so on and so on. But it's very rare that a mammal is not behaving as a mammal. And also, people are more rational when they're observing somebody else. So if you're a smoker and you went on a coffee and you're feeling good, and you're laughing, chilling with your buddies and everything, and you smoke one cigarette, and you see somebody else smoking like I don't know how to say it in English, like they're smoking much more than you, and you're consciously looking at them and watching them, and you realize that they are really smoking too much. But the person that is smoking too much doesn't mean that they smoke all the time that many cigarettes. But you as an observer, because there's nothing about you in there, so your ego is not taking it personally, so you're seeing information as it is. Well, there is comparison, but you see the person better with more awareness than they see themselves in that moment, because they're just coping their emotions with smoking. And you know that you do that sometimes, and you also pass judgment on them because you know that you do that sometimes. So it's easy to judge somebody that you actually know. So just because you know that he's making a mistake, that doesn't mean that it's gonna affect you in any way, because you're then laughing and thinking like, yeah, I do that sometimes, but not like this. This is like too much. And he's just drinking a coffee, and this is his 5th cigarette with one coffee, and in like 20 minutes. That's too much, right? That is really too much. Oh yeah, it is very too much. And then next week you're feeling extremely stressed, and you're smoking 20 cigarettes in 20 minutes, and you want to put 2 in your mouth. So it's for example, I'm gonna keep on beefing with smokers. I'm sorry, I also just stopped smoking as well a couple of weeks ago, so I really know what I'm talking about. Smokers know smoking is bad, and if you're lighting your cigarette and somebody tells you like for 100% this cigarette will be the one that gives you cancer, you would put it down. But just out of ignorance and not knowing, your ego is able to suppress all those knowledges about how smoking is bad and just light a cigarette. Oh, why wouldn't I enjoy? this is not gonna be my life, there's not even a thought, there's no awareness of what they're actually doing. So for them it's like, who cares? And for me it was like, who cares? And just thinking about this could be my last cigarette changes a bit. And then every smoke you take, you ask yourself, why am I doing this? What is this pleasure that it's giving me? Why do I enjoy? And even if this could be my last cigarette that causes cancer, and so on. And it's really hard, of course. And then you'll see your ego trying to defend yourself, like, you've been smoking for 15 years, is this one cigarette really gonna kill you? But that's how it goes. Actually, yeah, it might. And just because you've been dodging a bullet for 15 years, that doesn't mean that this one is not the finisher one. And the problem is that that you're a smoker, and I knew that I was a smoker for 15 years, so I was like, screw it, I was a smoker anyway, so who cares? So every day, the same process goes back again and back again and back again. Because you wake up in the morning and you load that save file of your ego and identity and who you are, and then it's up to you to override it, basically. It's up to you to make something. And I didn't stop cold turkey. I stopped smoking weed and hash cold turkey. But nicotine, there was I was addicted to nicotine, basically. So it was a lot harder to stop it, of course, and it took me like 2 or 3 weeks of constantly declining my smoking until I saw that there was only just mental attachment to smoking. And that's basically it, and that's how you override it. The time is not your enemy. The time is just proof of your will and willingness to make a change. And think about it. When you have a lemonade and you have a glass of water and you mix it together, it's very easy to mix it. And this now glass of water and lemonade is you. That is your identity. It's very easy to mix it. It's very easy to become an addict. It's very easy to become an alcoholic. You just have to drink all day, every day. It's not that hard, You're gonna throw up here and there, but who cares? And in a week or two, you can literally become an alcoholic depending on how much you drink. But to change, to separate that lemonade from water, it's extremely hard. And of course, if you're a chemist, he would tell you, of course, you need energy and you need proper tools. And it's exactly with human mind. So if you want to change something, you need tools on how to change it, so educate yourself. And also you need energy to do it. You need to wake up every morning thinking and being willing and aware of what you're doing. And most people are just stuck in their same files, just running that same old game, just going into the circles. Yeah. And ego is keeping you trapped. It's telling you things. For example, when I was an addict on coke and speed, my brain was literally telling me, because that one I also did cold turkey and it wasn't nice. It saved me that I was actually smoking like between 10 and 15 grams of weed per day in order to live with myself, because I stopped cold turkey. So that's I wouldn't advise it if you do cocaine or something like that, habitually, like every couple of days and those kind of things, please seek help. But my brain was literally telling me, if you do not do the line, you are gonna die. Like, are you that suicidal? What is wrong with you? And it's screaming in your head while little knives are passing through your veins, and there's pain and suffering in all of your body. It's excruciating. It's horrible to live through. But I didn't believe it. I knew what I was feeling. I knew how much I was addicted and how long I was using it. So education, I had to go and do my own research. Is the thing that I'm doing actually physically safe? And then also not listening to my brain when it was telling me bullshit. Like, it was telling me bullshit. Like, I wouldn't have died without doing a line. So if you live in a party country where you go every weekend on rave parties and techno and you do drugs, like, if you try and not do drugs and go to a rave party, just listen to what your brain is gonna tell you. Like, it's gonna tell you, like, how can you do this? Like, is it even, like, how can you enjoy how this, and it's gonna be confused and all of those kind of things. But if you take it seriously, and if you think you are your own brain, then you're not gonna, I'm sorry, you're not gonna make it. Go back to my videos about identity and ego and start meditating. And within 4 days, it's scientifically proven that within 4 days of meditation, your brain starts to work differently. It starts to connect different areas, it starts to be more active, and so on and so on. So it's actually pretty simple. There was a song from one metal band that God created us, but never told us, never gave us the manual to live. And I think that Buddhism is a manual on how to live, and it's not a religion. Definitely not a religion. They don't consider themselves as a religion. But the thing is that it's a science of body and mind, and you can do just like 10% of what they're suggesting to do, and it'll change your life completely. You will not have to be socially awkward. You won't have to scroll on your phone when you're bored. You won't be bored at all, and so on and so on and so on. So I hope this message will find you in a positive way, and I hope that you will actually listen to my words instead of being triggered or just take care of your ego and try to work with it when you're making a change, because ego is your identity, and identity is tied to a little monkey brain. So if your monkey brain thinks you're in danger because of trauma, or a dog attacked you, and now a dog is running towards you really fast, your identity will retrace that message and it will make a bodily reaction onto it. So just be aware of things, and I believe in you. You can make whatever change you want to make, because we're all much more powerful than what we think. So until the next time, I hope you make some positive changes, and if you did, let me know in the comments. And if you think this is all bullshit, let me know in the comments. Like, subscribe, and see you in the next one. Deuce.